This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. And now we go down to the first hole. Stepping up to the first tee, Frank, what are some keys to be thinking about at this point?
Really got to pick a decent target. Really focus in on that. Don't really worry about left and right. Nice, good full swing. Slow, if anything, off the first tee.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
That is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Now the approach shot here at the par 4 first. That is classy.
Yeah, a chance of going in.
So a tester from 4 feet. Frank, all of a sudden, another player to factor in on this leaderboard.
Yeah, and things are starting to tighten up right now. You can see where the next move comes from.
To the second hole now, par 4, only 371 yards. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's really a layup hole here. No need to hit driver down there. The biggest bunker in the distance there is about 300 yards. You have to avoid that. Nothing wrong with hitting an iron or even a hybrid off this.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Good birdie right there, moving to third place on the leaderboard. Frank, 100 yards longer than the second hole. The third, 471 yards. What do you think of this hole?
This is totally different to the previous hole. Driver should come out of the bag here, and if you can take that first ball, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
Are you kidding me? Come on, you can't hit a ball that hard.
That is crushing it beyond all crushing.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
On the green, and a chance for a birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
You'd like that one again.
Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. No damage done. Made the par. Action is underway, and we'll take you out to hole number 4. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, we have already seen some excellent play. Frank, what are some of the keys to keeping this early momentum?
Basically just trying to do the same things. We're seeing good driving, good approach play, and very good speed on the green right now. Keep doing the same thing.
And it in regulation. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie. So through one round, Frank, our leader really put on a good show today.
They certainly did, Rich. It was truly a great performance, especially from tee to green. It's not easy to come out of the gates like that.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live second round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. So the action is underway, and we'll take you over here at number 1. Getting ready to tee off, coming off a solid first round. Let's see if our featured golfer can conjure up some of that magic here in round number 2, Frank. Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Frank, what's the player facing now with this approach shot here at the first?
Well, Rich, that tee shot looked like a draw off the tee. The second shot, because of that bunker just short right of that green, suits the cut coming in here. Should be safely on deck.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie.
Chance for back-to-back.
Now has a tie for the lead with that birdie.
And a pep in the stride.
Second hole's just 371 yards. Frank, are players licking their chops thinking they need to make a 3 here?
Yeah, if you can just accept the fact that you're going to have a longer second shot than you'd think for a hole of 370 yards, then that's the first way to overcome this. Just put yourself a short iron in your hand. Do the attacking with the second shot.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Frank, I'm guessing as a player, this is the kind of shot you like early in the round, short par 4, nice look, as you get set for the approach shot.
After a tough opening hole, Pete Dye gives you a chance here. Scoring club in hand, if you can get it to the right distance, even 15 feet right of this flag, very much a birdie chance.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Well, how about this start? Birdie to open the round. Moving to the third hole, to par 4 again. This one 471 yards. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. This from about 10 feet. Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Frank, this is our first par 3 of the day. The fourth, about 192 yards.
And it's called sandpit. So if you're not on the green, chances are you're getting that lob wedge or sand wedge out. The green is 36 yards deep. Got a nice little sort of hump and hollow roll to it. Mini roller coaster.
This one has a chance to be close. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot.
Bang for another birdie. 8 under par for the tournament. So we played our first par 3, now to the first par 5 on this golf course at PGA West. It is the 535-yard 5th hole. Frank, it appears as though it rewards precision off the tee.
And the bombers too. You can run out of water at 335 yards. So for the Dustin Johnsons of the world and the Rory McIlroys, that's nearly doable. But if you can't hit it that far, it's quite obvious. You've got to keep it down the right side. And for those people, they put 2 little bunkers there.
Now shot to the par 5. Frankie appears to be in control of his game in the early going.
I like what I'm seeing out there, doing all the basic things at a very, very high level, getting the ball in play. That helps set up the next shot. Next shot gets on the green. That's how it sets up the birdie putt. It's one thing leading to another.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Getting set now over the putt. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Frank, I love a par 3 where you have to hit one solid golf shot. Anything less, and you might pay a severe price. 255-yard par 3 6. What a hole.
No, you love watching somebody else play a par 3 like that.
You're right. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there. Frank, the 7th is a short par 4, 346 yards. So I'm guessing it's a layup off the tee, but it might be a nervy layup because you have water on the right, and if you miss left, that's no bargain.
It's very distracting looking down the right side. I think that's the easiest way to put it. But if you can break this hole down, 346 yards, if you take 120 yards off that, which is like a wedge, then the layup only becomes like 220 yards. That seems a little less intimidating.
Frank, this is obviously a green light situation.
It is, because of the tee shot. A smart layup here gives you the chance to go straight at this flag. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That's another green hit in regulation, and that has been the story all day, just wearing out the center of that club face and getting ready for the putt. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8th, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little off line, then it just becomes a 3-shotter like it is for everybody else.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
And it makes the green in regulation. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, the ninth hole, a par 4 measuring 452 yards. This is no picnic.
This is the toughest tee shot on the front side. The easy way to bail out down the left side, it might appear that way off the tee, but then it becomes a zigzag hole where it's very easy to clock up something like a 6. The bunker down that right side, just 300 yards to get past that, but it's almost like he gives you an option there. If you do want to challenge that right side, the bunker just might save you from going in the water. But there's no question, the best drive is down the right, but it's the most dangerous one.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Good swing, good shot yet again. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back nine, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
Appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Now the second shot here at 10. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. Frank, I thought that was in. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. Well, Frank, how about this hole? Par 5 11th at 617 yards.
The goal here is to take all those bunkers down that left side completely out of play. You can hit it far enough down there, you can get close to this green, but if you do stray a little bit, all of a sudden, well, it's called eternity. You're going to find that this hole will play very long. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, this TPC Stadium course in La Quinta, California has quite a history, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Every style of golf, age group, whether it's someone trying to get their tour card at the tour school, skins games played here from 1986 to 1991, even the PGA Club Professional Championship, they've all come and played here. It's so good to see it on the back on the rotation. But I've got to say, the one thing, and I was there, in 2000, it was the PGA Tour Q School. It was won by Stephen Allen, who was an Australian player. But the worst thing I've ever seen on a golf course, happened on Alcatraz, 17th hole there. Joe Daly, who was looking like he was going to make his PGA Tour card, had a putt of about 3 feet. I think he was playing with Craig Perks, who went on to win the Players' Championship. Joe Daly hits this putt. It hits the back of the hole, the liner in the hole, and popped out on the front lip. Never saw that before. It was amazing. And as luck would have it, Joe Daly missed his tour card by 1 shot.
That was as cruel as I have ever seen in golf. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Can't wait to write those on the card. 1 below par. Chalk it up. It's a birdie. To the par 4 12th here at PGA West. Short at 363 yards.
Sweet. Straight down the middle.
Frank here at the par 4 12th, getting ready for this approach shot. Good chance for a 3.
There is. Notice the contours on the green. They sort of slope towards the back and down that left side. So you can actually use that in your favor with this approach.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
So they'll tap in.
Well read.
Frank, this is no easy shot here at the par 3 13th.
Yeah, 13th hole. I mean, it's so appropriate, the number of the hole for this this design by Pete Dye. Wooden bulkheads, I mean, they give you sort of that harsh look. And this is just an absolute scorecard wrecker. You get a little cavalier here, you'll just rack up a number. There's nothing wrong with just hitting it to the right side of the screen, just taking a 3.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Pretty good shot right there, about 10 feet away, setting up the putt for birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. I'll tell you, he's setting himself up for a good weekend. Former college #1 makes another birdie. Now another short par 4. It's only 389 yards. But Frank, where could a player go off course, so to speak, at this 14th?
Well, this is a hole where you have to play your own game. If you're a longer hitter, I think you can challenge that bunker and knock it over there. And if you're shorter player, you should be only looking at that left side. You're always going to feel like you've left something out here on a hole like this. You always think you could have done the other option. But this is where you've got to stick to what you think is your game plan.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. In for birdie. Now to the par 4 15th hole, 468 yards. Frank, what do you like about number 15?
The variation of the bunkering here, Rich, I think is excellent. The bunker that meanders its way down the right side tends to go to the right, and then you start to see those 2 bunkers down the left side. You've really got to try and take that second one on the left out of play. That requires something in excess of 280 yards. From there on in, you've got a chance.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Second shot now at 15.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Well, that's how you keep a round going. Make putts just like that.
Now to the par 5 16th. Frank, this is a pretty solid hole.
Like all the other par 5s here, length gets a big advantage here. This hole, as you've mentioned, bends to the left, and that bunker can be taken out of play by the longest hitters, 326 yards. Well, when he goes after it like he is here, long just meant longer.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards.
Second shot.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That was not a very good read right there. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Well, there it is. They call it Alcatraz. Just sitting out there on the water, 168 yards away, Frank.
Well, speaking of water, that water looks so peaceful, doesn't it? It'd be a shame to spoil it with a splash. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been.
One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the three bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
And getting ready for the putt. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Just a couple of feet. Has his par.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament. This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live third round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in on our featured golfer here at the First. Starting to round the turn now. 72 holes, it's a lot of golf. Third round about to get underway.
Yeah, played well through the first 2 days. Very much in contention. But it's still a new day.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Just a golf ball, 310 yards, and in the fairway.
Frank, what's the play?
Green suits a cut coming in here. this looks like it's going to find the target.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Birdie try again here today.
A great start.
To the second hole now, par 4, only 371 yards. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's really a layup hole here. No need to hit driver down there. The biggest bunker in the distance there is about 300 yards. You have to avoid that. Nothing wrong with hitting an iron or even a hybrid off this.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole.
Good chance for birdie here. Short iron in hand. The approach now to the second hole. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Now to the third hole, a par 4, 471 yards. Frank, break this hole down for us.
Well, the trouble appears down that left side with the series of bunkers, but you've got to take into account the trees that are well positioned down the right side. Plus, as you can see, this fairway is not exactly flat.
Wow, what impact. Absolutely crushed it.
Wow, Frank, that was an absolute bomb right there.
Yeah, what's longer than long? Because we just saw it.
Frank, in golf, we so often talk about how to hit the club, but we don't often talk enough hit.
Yeah, you can use a club in a lot of different ways too. You can max it out. You can take an extra club and maybe hit a little bit easier. You can even try and hit a different type of shot. Also, depending on the lie, if the ball is below your feet, then the shot's going to go to the right. Therefore, is it better that I take one extra club, one less? Where's the most trouble?
This could be a good one. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hitting the ball in the right place there. And, yep, good thing, too. He's actually putting well.
Frank, we're not at the beach. We're in the California desert. But I'm staring at plenty of sand right here.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving here. This is where somehow you do have to focus on exactly where they put the flag. And that's on the green stuff. Green is 36 paces deep. If you can just focus on that and don't let Pete Dye's sort of weirdness with all that snaking bunkers left and right, then just try and approach it as a straightforward par 3. I know it's easy to say, hard to do. It's that sneaky distance.
He got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Could use this one. This is for par. So has the par. Moving on to the next hole, and the lead, Frank, is very much intact. Frank, what'd you say at the top? Die on the left, die on the right. Is this what you were talking about?
Exactly, yeah. The fifth hole here, it's called double trouble. So yeah, there's chances for grief on both sides of this fairway. But if you're long enough, if you can just sneak it past 335, that's where the water runs out. This is reachable.
So if you do sneak it out there, and that would be the longer hitters, you might have what into this green?
Well, you can get home hybrid, maybe even something shorter. But remember, it's called double trouble. Avoid that. Maybe double eagle. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there. 315 yards.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich. This eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage.
Oh, this is right at it.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Trying to make yet another birdie. And he has it for birdie.
Frank, I love a par 3 where you have to hit one solid golf shot. Anything less, and you might pay a severe price. 255-yard par 3-6. What a hole.
No, you love watching somebody else play a par 3 like that.
You're right. Good-looking shot right here. Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
It's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
So just a formality here. Good putt.
Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Today, it's the final round of the Career Builder Challenge. Well, Frank, kind of a make-or-break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a bad play, really. If you don't do that, then you just got to thread it down the left.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
He'll need to be strong with this. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Get in. Yes, good putt.
Well, Frank, we are turning home. It says so on the scorecard here at 15.
It is, and once again, another example of great bunkering by Pete Dye. Bunkers on a lot of golf courses are just simply left and right, but what Pete Dye does, he lets them cut in, especially that one down the left side of the fairway it cuts in, so it has to be avoided, and it's going to be about 280 yards to take it completely out of play. That's probably the best line, is to get it just past that last bunker on the left.
Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power? Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big. You can play it from there, 300 yards away and in the fairway.
Frank, what are you thinking on this second shot here at 15?
Well, if mentally you could take out all that bunker complex on the left, this second shot would look extremely straightforward. And that's really the way you've got to play it. You've got to act like those bunkers aren't there on that left side. And therefore you can go straight at this flag.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
And getting ready for the putt. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card.
Par 5 16th is a slight dogleg left at 600 yards.
Gave that the full treatment. Get up.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. That, Frank, is position A.
Wouldn't you like to have that in your bag every day?
Love it. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Third shot, looking for a good one.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now to the signature par 3. It only plays 168 yards from the tips, but the tee sits up high and the wind can blow, and a lot can happen here. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That is another laser right at the flagstick. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today. That has to feel good. That's a birdie. Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again. Water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best stuff.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway.
Nothing wrong with that one. How about 300 yards and in the fairway? Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You are allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Chance to win right here, the Career Builder Challenge. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. And that wraps up the final round. Just a great performance by our champion today.
Couldn't agree more.